One of the new features of Windows 2000 is the personalized start menu. Windows 2000 has the ability to learn what we use and to customize our desktop so that we have available to us what we commonly use, and the things that we don't use as often are hidden. So this frees up our desktop and eliminates the clutter. Another nice new advantage of Windows 2000 is Device Manager. Device Manager is much improved over Windows 98 or previous operating systems, and we can easily see what resources each device is using and change the resources the device is using. We can also easily troubleshoot a device by clicking on Troubleshooter straight out of Device Manager. This takes us into a wizard which asks us questions about the trouble that's happening right now. Based on the answers to those questions, we would go to other screens that attempt to help us solve the problem. Windows 2000 Professional has new features especially for notebook computers as well. Offline files and folders is one of these features. This allows us to download files and folders from the network to a PC so that we can work offline. For example, if we have a T drive at the office that is actually connected to our network server, and we wanted to copy some information from the T drive onto our laptop, in previous versions of Windows, we would have to copy that information perhaps to the C drive on our laptop. And then when we got back to the office, then we would copy that information back to the T drive. But in Windows 2000, we can cache the T drive on the notebook computer. In other words, when we're at home, our computer can look just like it does when we're at work. Even though we don't actually have access to those drives, we can see those drives on our computer and store the files that we're changing in the same drive. Then when the computer is installed back at work, it will exchange the information with the server. Another nice new feature of Windows 2000 is that it has the technology to set up a virtual private network for notebooks. This encrypts data before it's transmitted over the internet, either using a point-to-point tunneling protocol or a layer 2 tunneling protocol with Internet Protocol Security, or IPsec. These are security features that allow us to use the internet, which is an unsecure environment, in a more secure way. Windows 2000 also has enhanced and improved power management. We have the capability to set up profiles for different ways that we use the computer. For example, a salesperson can set up the computer so that the hard drive turns off after a certain period of time. So if they're doing a presentation, the hard drive will turn off, but the display will remain on. That way it will save the battery, but the display will remain on so that they can continue with their presentation. Oftentimes the presentations that are done are all held in RAM anyway, so once the presentation is loaded, we don't need the hard drive. This is just one example of an enhanced and improved power management, especially for laptop computers. So Windows 2000 has some serious advantages over both Windows NT and Windows 98. In our next section, we'll look at how to install Windows 2000 Professional.